measurement, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has proposed draft amendments that would no longer count viewership generated from set-top box landing pages in official ratings. This decision comes amid concerns that some channels were using curated landing pages, channels that are pre-selected on viewers' devices to artificially inflate their viewership numbers and mislead the advertisers. And the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has now asked for a feedback on the critical proposal that will ensure integrity of ratings. News Broadcasters Federation President Arnab Goswami, lauding the move, has described it as a welcome step and called on broadcasters to halt the practice of using landing pages as a strategic tool to spike the ratings. We here at Republic Media Network welcome the move. And I have with me Executive Editor Niranjan Ramaswamy joining us on the broadcast from the newsroom. Niranjan, over to you.
Well, for many years now, in fact, the NBF, or the Broadcasting Federation that is headed by Arnab Goswami. Now, NBF has been fighting BARC, which is now the ratings agency that collates ratings, that distributes ratings, based on which then advertisers, look at and give ads to television channels. For many years now, in fact, there has been a flaw. There has been a flaw, and we have been raising it consistently, that BARC needs to stop measuring landing pages. It's become almost like a mafia. And many times BARC has responded, and the headline is they have failed to act on landing pages. And finally, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and the government has now stepped in, Rakshita, which means the government has stepped in and has asked for feedback on a proposal. They're asking for feedback from broadcasters on a proposal that asks landing pages not to be measured. And there is a very detailed statement also issued by the NBF president and our editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami, where he speaks about the need for this. And in fact, I have the entire statement that was put out by Arnab this afternoon. And let me also get you that statement. He had said that the News Broadcasters Federation welcomes the decision of the MIB, or the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, to seek a review of the ongoing measurement of landing pages and to seek responses to the proposal to ban the measurement of landing pages once and for all. He also said that some channels have made the use of landing pages as a strategic tool to mislead advertisers, and most unfortunately, BARC has so far failed to put a stop on this. NBF has been engaging with all stakeholders constructively, and we believe that by ending landing pages measurement, finally, this bad practice will end. We also hope that broadcasters who use this tool as an artificial measure to spike ratings stop doing so, and that the NBF stands in solidarity with independent news broadcasters across the country on the issue. Now, let me explain why this is critical to you. Rakshita, irrespective, now imagine there are so many smaller channels. Forget Republic for a second. Republic is a national network. We run channels in different languages. But imagine, for example, a small Telugu channel or a small Tamil channel that really doesn't have the corporate backing or can't afford landing pages. What is happening today is, even if you are the best channel, even if you have the best content, even if you have the best viewership, when people are actually watching you, the channels that rely on landing pages, that pay for the landing channels, and that pay for landing pages, and it's become such a big business that it's mostly the big broadcasters who do it, and they've been doing it consistently. And some channels, it's not all, some channels have used this inflated numbers to show to advertisers and get an undue advantage. And we have been raising this for many years now. And with this move, MIB, basically the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, is asking for feedback from broadcasters. They will first take the feedback, and they have proposed that BARC, which is the measurement agency, stops measuring landing pages. Now, this is significant. It could be a game changer, because you will get nothing but the authentic viewership measurement in place when this happens, and that is exactly what we want. Let me also add one small point while we are on a story. It is so outdated, the system at BARC, that most often we have confronted them and we have asked them, why have you not updated systems that are almost 2 decades old? Just to give you an idea, the measurement boxes that we rely on or the ratings that come out are almost 2 decades old. These are boxes that are kept in homes, and these boxes measure TV viewership patterns. And you and I know that nobody watches traditional TV anymore. We watch TV on connected TV. Most of us, you and me, watch TV on connected TV. We don't even watch it on traditional set-top boxes. That is why it is so obsolete. TV viewership patterns have changed. People watch television news on the go, on live streaming, on connected TV, on digital streaming, on digital platforms, and that is why we have been fighting. And in the NBF and NBF President Arnab Goswami, who's our editor-in-chief, has been asking for a reform on this. And we hope and believe that with this reform, truly, it's democratized. Because right now it's in the hands of a few influential, heavy pocket broadcasters, but that has to end for democracy to thrive. So I'm handing it back to you for now. We have welcomed it. Arnab Goswami, our editor-in-chief, has welcomed it. He's put out a detailed statement. We'll also put out a full story on republicworld.com. Back to you.
Absolutely. Many thanks. In fact, we also have our executive editor, Rhythm Anand Bhardwaj, also in the studio. Rhythm, it's a welcome move. And Republic TV's editor-in-chief, Arnab Goswami, is also the NBF president, has welcomed this major decision by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting.
Absolutely. And like Niranjan was saying, Rakshita, we always remember landing pages has become so important. A selective few always try and get better numbers through what they've been trying to do and what they're trying to get forward with selective viewerships that they try to inflate. Now the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting that has heard this matter has clearly said there will be draft proposed amendments that will be seen. And also they will no longer be counting viewership that is only generated from set-top box landing pages in official ratings. I remember a few years ago, this matter had become so massive because so many channels used to try and get landing pages in their favor, and then they used to hike their ratings. Even then, every time on Thursday when our ratings used to come, we used to be better than them, and we used to always say, no matter what you're trying to do with your landing pages, we're always better. Now the News Broadcasters Federation has met. The News Broadcasters Federation's president, Arnab Goswami, also our editor-in-chief, lauded the move, described it as a welcome step. He's also called on all the broadcasters to halt the practice of using landing pages as a strategic tool to spike ratings, something several broadcasters have been doing. It's a practice we also tell other channels to stop doing, because one has to just be better at the game rather than try and do this. So the MIB decision that has asked for a feedback on the critical proposal will ensure the integrity of the ratings, Rakshita, and that's how it should be.